Here's part two of my interview with Ben Schneider, aka Reckless Ben. I hope you enjoyed part one as much as I did.
And this is sick.
Agreed. As I mentioned before, part one, the first interview was done just before the TRO was put in place. Then that locked us down, and I couldn't release it because Ben couldn't be making content, and I didn't want to add fuel to Bam's completely false claims that Ben and I were colluding in any way. Then I interviewed him again to see how he was doing as he was living under the TRO. Well, now the TRO has been lifted, so I can share both interviews. So here's more with Reckless Ben. Very, very glad to have you back. I just wanted to get a chance to follow up about how you have been, you know, taking care of yourself and handling this in the time that you've been under this gag order. How have you been doing?
Well, I guess so part three was originally like 20 minutes, I guess. I was gonna release it. And then I was like probably 2 or 3 days like it was finished on my part. I was just waiting for a couple animations. And then it was the guy said like I can get these to you in like 2 or 3 days. And then that's the day that the gag order hit. And I was like, oh no. So I was like, well, the lawyer's like, it's gonna be at least like a week till we can get it. So I was like, okay, I'll just keep making it longer. I'm not just gonna stop working. So I just made it like longer, and then they're like, oh, it's gonna be another week. So I was just like, okay, I'll just add another 10 minutes. And I finished it, and they're like, ah, it might be another week. So I just and so now it's like 45. I kept adding it, like making it longer in like 5 minute increments. Like every like 3 days would be like 5 minutes longer, and now it's like 45 minutes long, which is crazy. But
Well,
I think it's around like 45. Yeah.
full disclosure for folks, out there, I've already seen a draft of it, and by the time you're watching this video, it's out there. Go watch it. It's amazing. Like it turned out so well. I was in my car and I was like pounding on the dash and I was like, yeah, like let's go. It is so great because
Yeah,
the
you and
stuff that
Crystal
you
are
get
a
people to
much bi-
say,
yeah,
oh
you
my
and Crystal are a
gosh.
much bigger the first two videos you were like barely a character. You guys are much bigger characters in this one. It's crazy.
But it's the stuff that you reveal about Ammon. I mean, the
Yeah.
the stuff that, folks, again, it's already out there by the time you're seeing this. There's more of that interview that the first one you did in Utah with him, like in the lobby. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Like the stuff that he says, I just think people are going to see that and just be flipping out. So I think it turned out really well, but then you just had to sit on it. So how have you been? I mean, I love the sequence where you went up on the radio tower, which was very
Oh
cool.
yeah.
I am afraid of heights. That was terrifying to me. Like I was like, no, be safe, you know. But what have you been doing since? Like how been filling your time?
Working on part four.
Yeah,
Uh
yeah.
um yeah, just I just this is like the funnest thing in the world to me. It's like I feel like it's a very rare opportunity to kind of say that you have like the number one story on the internet right now, you know? So it's like, I don't know, like anything else that I would be doing, I would probably just be like, oh, this is a waste of time. I'd rather just be like, I'm having a bunch of fun like editing and like coming up with a story and like living the story and filming and stuff. Like that's so much fun for me. And I feel like it's like a rare opportunity that like almost no one ever gets to experience. So it's like I want to make the best of it, you know? So I've just been, yeah, just making Lego Video Part 4 and Part 5 and Part 6. It's gonna be sick. I don't know if
Just
there's Part
grinding
6,
away
but
editing
it,
clips.
it- there's
It's
definitely gonna be a Part 4 and Part 5. I know that 100%. I already know exactly what Part 4 and Part 5 are. I already have like the scripts written pretty much, but maybe there'll be a Part 6. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, and we'll see what the developments are, right? I mean, there could
Yeah.
be more to this story as it develops. So yeah, I am very excited to keep following up on those. Have you been able to do any slacklining in this time?
No, actually, my in the second video where I'm doing that slackline competition, that was my first time on a slackline in 5 years.
Yeah.
Um, it kind of got to a point where I kind of accomplished all my goals in slacklining. I was winning first place American every single like competition I did, and I land like all of my dream tricks and combos I landed, and it
Set the
got to
world
a point.
record. I saw the world record video.
Oh, that was funny, but that was like, and then I started getting to a point where I was like in the hospital with a broken bone like every month, and
Yeah.
it was like I already accomplished all my goals. Why am I hurting myself? You know? So I started new sports. I started like getting super heavily into like rock climbing. I started skiing. I'm trying to like learn a backflip on skis and stuff. I just learned how to. I started rollerblading. I just learned how to do like flips on rollerblades and stuff. I can do that now. So I'm doing like the X game, not just like stupid rollerblading, but I'm doing like flips and like I'm going down like the X Games ramps and stuff, like crazy
Oh my
stuff.
gosh.
It's really fun. But I started like doing like parkour and stuff. I started going to like Tempest free running, and so I just like changed sports. I didn't really like stop sports. I just like changed to other things, I guess. But no, this last month I haven't really been exercising. I've kind of just been busy. Should probably get back into it again. But yeah,
But when do you have time? I mean, that's the thing. I
it
just
just sucks. Yeah, because it's like I could go and like exercise, but I'm probably shouldn't be thinking like, oh, I could be like doing something awesome with the video right now. I'm like wasting time and. It sucks because I usually am kind of like no matter how busy I am, I always try to like exercise because it helps my mental health and stuff. But like my mental health's been so good, I don't feel like I need it right now. I don't know.
Well, and do you think part of the fact that your mental health has been good is that you're working on something that feels rewarding to be working on? Like,
Yeah, for
fighting for
sure.
justice, like it
Yeah.
feels good.
Yeah, it feels like like we're actually like accomplishing something because like my whole YouTube career, it feels like I put in a bunch of work for like no reward. So this time that we're actually like taking someone down, it's like really nice. Sick.
Yeah, I think a lot of the folks in the comments, I mean, that's what I'm seeing is people saying this feels like something where we might actually see success. It's not like so many elements of our lives where we're going, yeah, but nobody will ever be held accountable. Like this looks like it will have an ending, you know?
Yeah, well that hopefully less than hopefully Lego episode 5 is where we see the accountability, but we'll see. Episode 4 is kind of more stirring the pot, and then episode 5 is more of like, okay, hopefully they're finally held accountable now.
Yeah. Oh, well, I am so excited about that. Well, I won't take up any more of your time, but I so appreciate it. And we'll have to get together again and do another one of these for episode 5 as well, because I will be
Yeah.
cheering you on for that one because I am so stoked to see the way that you are handling this story. I mean, it's a marvel. So, oh, I should tell you, I have a character based on you in the serial novel
Really?
that I've written. I don't know if anybody's
Oh,
mentioned this to
nice.
you. So the whole thing is, about like what if there are magical knights errant who are, wandering around the United States in the modern day, and they all have a familiar, and so I created a character out of CoffeeZilla who's Sir Steezel, and he
Oh,
has a
nice.
familiar who is Reckless Ken, and Reckless Ken is a billy goat who really just wants to be balancing on everything, but he's like, I guess if
Oh,
I have to right wrongs, I have to right wrongs. I'd really just rather be. And so you will love this character. He is totally based on you, and I think people are going to love Reckless Ken. So
nice.
yes, so you've now been fictionalized into a ghostly familiar character in a novel. That's
Nice. I'm in a book.
yep, yep.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, I will when the whole thing gets finished and compiled, I will absolutely send you a signed copy with a huge thank you. So.
Nice. Okay, sweet.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for being on, and I will let you go, and we'll get back together again for before episode 5.
Yeah, there'll definitely be an episode 5. Hopefully they don't resolve it and they can make an episode 6. That'd be fun, help my career more. But or they'll do the smart thing and they'll end it in episode 5. So we'll see. But
Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's another great thing about the position you're in. If they pull the strategy they're trying to pull on us, which is delay, drag this out, you don't have to be afraid of that.
Oh
Great,
yeah, that helps
make
me.
it
Yeah, that's
better.
what I want. That's best case scenario. You're right. That's worst case scenario for most people, but I'm in a rare situation where that's best case scenario for me.
Yeah, and I think it's the only thing they know how to do. Like, oh, we just drag this out and make it
Because the
miserable
only
for
thing we know how
everyone.
to
They're
do
like,
is to
okay,
help me
that's more
out.
content for me.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's great. Well, I hope they give you content and resolve with us. I would like to see
Yeah.
some accountability quickly, but we shall see. So I will keep you in the loop on what we know and keep making those videos because I love them.
Yeah. No, there'll be plenty more to come. Don't worry.
Excellent.
But
Excellent.
nice.
Thanks to Ben for being so generous with his time and for fighting the good fight. As I've said on a number of interviews, Chris and I honestly thought we'd never see a bit of justice in this situation. And now, thanks to the attention Ben has brought to this story, I really do think we will. And I think that's why so many of you have been following. Let's face it, we live in a world where the rich and powerful can get away with a lot. And that's always been true, but lately it seems like the corruption is just so brazen. People aren't even trying to lie anymore, or they're lying so obviously because they just don't believe they'll ever be held accountable. I think part of what is drawing people to this story, and what's motivating all the people who've become overnight true crime detectives, actively helping out, searching through documents, sending those to us and to our lawyer, is that they can feel that this may be a case where we will see some real justice. As I was telling Ben in part 1, I hope this has knock-on effects. I hope people out there will see this story, see what Ben has been willing to put himself through, and say, hey, I want to help people like he does, and I don't want to treat people the way Bam has. A lot of people in the comments have said things about how they normally wouldn't side with people like Chris and me for a whole lot of reasons, but in this case they find themselves rooting for people they would otherwise oppose. And I hope that can cause some people to reflect and say, wait, who else that I might normally dismiss as other in some way might also be getting shafted by powers that I normally might align myself with? And if I can root for the queer neurodivergent lady and her weirdo husband with the eyebrow piercings and tattoos who writes woke books opposing fascism, maybe I ought to reconsider who I'm willing to hurt and who I'm willing to help. I know that's very optimistic of me. Trust me, I've had a lot of moments of deep cynicism during all of this. But I find hope in all the people who've been supportive, and maybe those people who are pushing themselves out of their comfort zones most of all. It's okay to change. It's brave to acknowledge you may have been backing the wrong team and reconsider once you've learned more. Trust me, I have been wrong about a lot of things, and I'm sure I'm still wrong about things I'm unaware of right now. As Wittgenstein wrote, if there were a verb meaning to believe falsely, it would not have any significant first-person present indicative. In other words, there's no way to say, I currently believe something that is wrong. But we know we've all believed something in the past that turned out to be wrong. So let's admit we might be wrong about things now. Be open to changing our minds, and give grace to other people who bravely change their minds in public. Not everything can be put right with a chicken dance. But a lot of things could be improved if more people were open to apologizing and doing better in the future. Thank you all for the support, and I will see you back here, wherever you're finding this, very soon.